Greetings. We are a group of interdimensional beings speaking to you on behalf of the Galactic Federation, and more importantly, we represent the wishes of all that is. Today we would like to speak about a few things that would perhaps take us on a journey to many areas of your human experience. We would like to, of course, start at the beginning. The energy of all that is has been referred to on your planet of existence as many things: Source Creator, the Almighty, God, and many other deviations from this, as they are portrayed in many religious texts and religions. We do not wish to debate any of these or ask you to give up your faith in any of them. We simply wish to give you our perspective of what we see as the truth of how things are. This energy, whom we refer to as all that is, created the entire living cosmos and its many dimensions, galaxies, and universes. Each of these were possible and conducive to have living creatures and livelihood upon their surfaces. On many there are beings much like you and us that have begun their journey from the first dimension, which is that of perhaps a mineral, and have evolved to the second dimension to perhaps be that of an animal, and then progressed to the third dimension to be that of a human, and so the evolutionary progress continues. Beyond the third dimension, experiences start to get very exciting, where the experiences are vast and varied. It is here that beings experience knowing, and many souls come into, shall we say, a puberty stage, where they become aware of themselves and begin to spread their wings and find out about all the possibilities that they can become going forward on their journey as a soul. We speak, of course, from a very general view, as this can occur on any third-dimensional surface that supports this sort of experience. So on each of these surfaces, the experience within the third-dimensional aspect is vastly different. As you are from the Earth plane, we would like to use this as a template and compare it with others that we have studied to give you a comparison for understanding. Within the third-dimensional aspect of your Earth plane, Gaia was birthed and evolved into a plane of existence that was abundant in all forms of living creatures. This gave birth to many different environments and ecosystems as time moved on. She became a beautiful green planet for the most part, and life teemed upon her surface in all forms. As the first humans were introduced to the experience of living upon her plains, a richness of many experiences were recorded unlike any other plane of existence. This rich experience has continued over the many eons upon the Earth plane until the invasion of the Draco-Reptilian and Orion Greys. The doors were shut in a way for the rest of the cosmos to have experiences upon the Earth plane as a result of this invasion. Beings were then sent to other third-dimensional planes to complete their cycle of progression upon these planes. All that is, and other higher dimensional beings that reviewed the progress of souls are keepers of this knowledge, shall we say. Upon comparison of these experiences used against the template of previous Earth plane experiences, they found a vast difference. As a percentage, it would reflect as a 60 to 80% in favor of the Earth. Let us explain. In order for a soul to graduate from the third-dimensional experience, it has to score at least a 50% in order to move to the next dimensional experience. What beings are recording as a result of their experience on other planes of existence was less than the required 50%. And so they were having to compensate by repeating their cycle or moving through very harsh environments on the fourth dimension in order to progress. As a further explanation and background, all that is in its original thought created the human form so that it could experience itself through the aspect of individual experiences. And so this being has been able to experience itself through every living form, including the human experience in its various stages of evolution as it progresses through the evolutionary process. This being, upon reviewing and narrating its experience for research purposes to these higher dimensional beings, has expressed its opinions of the stark difference between the two very polarizing experiences. What was discovered was that the human earth experience was rich in the depth of its emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical experience. What this translated to prior to the invasion was that beings that evolved to the higher dimensions were able to move through the dimensions with more ease and allow for greater achievements within each dimensional experience. Their development, shall we say, was based on a solid foundation that was built within their third dimensional experience upon the earth plane. Using this narrative as a template, we hope that you are able to, in your mind, grasp the importance that Gaia plays in the evolution of a soul as they progress from the third to the higher dimensions. We wish to, with the assistance of the beings upon your plane, restore this energy to its former glory. To achieve this is a monstrous job. We know this. The state that your planet is in right now would perhaps rate as a 10% on the scale we mentioned earlier. This is how far you have deteriorated out of a 60 to 80% success rate. This has impacted Gaia as well, as she was held in high esteem within the realms of her cosmic brothers and sisters, but she is now a shadow of that being she once was. We bring these truths to you so that you are able to, in your mind, understand the devastation that has been rained upon you and your living plane. However, all is not lost. This is a wonderful opportunity to heal, recover, and revive from what has been. Imagine how wonderful it would be for you as a soul to have had the experience of being instrumental in restoring Gaia to shine again as a golden plane of existence. We ask you to deeply contemplate this transmission and evaluate all the areas that you see flaws in your way of life and your environment, and try to imagine the most perfect solution. Your healing thoughts and your intentions are like healing balm to the energetic fabric around your plane of existence that is in dire need of repair right now. We encourage you to engage and interact with beings and groups that are truly working towards repairing the damage upon your earth plane. Do not be fooled into supporting foundations and government organizations that have taken money from the many year after year and have nothing to show for it. Work with beings that resonate with your heart and demonstrate tangible results. Anyone can look good on paper with fancy charts and balance sheets. How long have foundations and charitable organizations been feeding Africa, and yet, after many hundreds of your years, that continent is still in poverty? We see you as beings with good intentions and good hearts, and you wish for the best in everything you do. However, you have been fooled and have been led down a path that has been very destructive for the many. We ask you to now pause and take stock of what has transpired and begin to take small steps towards healing, not just yourself but others around you and the environment. Begin, for example, by not poisoning the earth with your many gardening chemicals. Be conscious of the waste that you generate. Go for walks around your neighborhood and look around with new eyes. Is your environment healthy? What can you do to change it? Are you supporting the factories and corporations that are polluting your air? Are you supporting your local farmers and vendors for your immediate needs? Be conscious and present in each moment, and these truths will reveal itself to you. You will soon realize that you do not need any of the material things that you surround yourself with. You will find joy living in abundance with just what you need. Be kind to one another as you share this knowledge and truth, and explore your experience within these new awarenesses. We will leave you now and wish you much joy and peace upon your path. Blessings.